Hi, I'm Katie with Joyful Forklift, and this is Bob. I am so lucky to be sitting next to Mr. Bob McDaniel here. I have had the pleasure of knowing Bob for a brief amount of time, just about 5 years now, since we moved to Ridgeway. And I am so deeply in love with you because...
Mike, can you leave the room?
Because of your really unique light. And there's something about how you show up in your life consistently that is so intriguing and so beautiful to me. And I think you have a lot of untapped wisdom in there. And I would love to know more. And so I just have so much gratitude for you in this moment to spend this time with you and talk to you. So thank you for being here. And I could say things about you, but I'd rather you tell me what you would want people to know about you. If no one knows, who you are, what would you say about yourself that matters to you?
Well, first, I probably would need to say wisdom supposedly comes with age, but sometimes wisdom doesn't make it. So I will try to share what I can with you.
Yep.
I don't know. I thought about that a little. First thing I'd tell them is I'm old, but they can take one look at me and know that. I have a pretty good sense of humor. I'm friendly. I love to be with people. I love to get involved. And I get a very good feeling out of trying to help people. And I've had opportunities to do that in the past, and it worked out fine for me. But I'm at the end of the line of a real long life. I've been blessed to get this far, and I'm still being blessed every day. Be here with Katie and Mike today is a blessing for me, and I think that's probably about all I'd have to say about myself. People could figure out maybe something else from there, but
We'll figure out more about you. That was a great start, but it is truly a blessing to be with you today. Thank you for taking the time.
You're welcome.
So I'm going to ask you some questions about joy, because this is something that keeps coming up for me in my life. Maybe you could say it has a magnetic pull for me. It's something I want to experience and share. And there's something about you that I'm like, there's a lot in there that I'm curious about. So I'm just going to ask you questions and you tell me whatever comes to mind. But my first question is, what is one of the first memories that you have when you experience joy?
Well, I probably need to back up a second. I've never thought too much about the difference in happiness and joy. And we'll talk about that a little later, maybe. But
we could talk about it now if you'd like. It might make more sense to set that.
Well, happiness to me is very changeable. One day I can be happy, and the next day maybe I'm not very happy. But I think joy is maybe happiness on steroids. That's always there, even when times are not good. So I have, as I said earlier, so much in my life to be thankful for, all the blessings I have. I know who I am. I think I do. I know where I am for sure, and I know where I'm going. And it gives me a lot of joy to know that I've lived 93 years. I've lived a lot. I've learned a lot. I've done a lot of things right. I've done a lot of things wrong. They say good judgment comes from learning from a lot of bad judgment. So I've had my share of both, but I'm looking forward to seeing Jesus, Ricky again, my family. And strangely enough, I've always heard how wonderful heaven is, but I haven't been in a big hurry to get there. So I'm living one day at a time and loving it, enjoying it, thankful for every day that I have. Now, to your question.
That was a beautiful answer, by the way.
Just as I think it was probably more happiness, but it was sure joy for a day. I remember when I was probably about 5 or 6, my dad had been a manager at the A&P store, and he left the A&P and moved a half a block down the street and started his own business. And I wanted a Lionel train for Christmas. Times were pretty tough back then, and I got it. And I was so joyful and played with that and happy with it, and found out many years later that my dad had saved the coupons from Gold Medal flour. Everything came in 100-pound bags back then. You had to weigh it up, measure it. He saved enough coupons to get my Lionel train, and it was so much joy when I found that out.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, really.
Oh. That's love.
Over 85 years ago.
Wow.
I still remember it. It made quite an impression on me. I don't know whether it was happiness or joy, but it was joy for a day anyway.
It sounds like it was more than a day even.
Yeah, I had a lot of joy with that train. Yeah.
I mean, one thing that strikes me so much about talking about joy is when you bring up that memory, I can tell you feel it, like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
And I can feel it. And that is powerful. That feels like joy. It's happiness on steroids,
Yeah. Okay.
So, and then, I mean, this is a similar question, but that might be the first, the first memory you had. What's another memory in your life that brought you a strong sense or an awareness that you were experiencing joy?
Probably when I got married to Ricky.
That's a good answer.
I courted her for 2 years, and not knowing till I found out some years later that she had made up her mind when she got divorced that she would not get married again for 2 years.
Oh.
And she wanted to know how the guy treated his parents. So I
a good litmus
came
test.
up with an A on that, I believe. And we had 51 years of, I'd call it joy, happiness most all the time. We had our occasions, I guess, when we didn't have a happy day, but the joy was there for me that I found someone like her, and still joyful, thankful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a beautiful answer. So you define joy as happiness on steroids, which I think is a great definition. Is there anything else you want to add to that? Or I have a question about where you feel joy. Like when you experience joy, are you aware of a place that lights up for you in your body?
I don't think so. When I said it was happiness on steroids, I think joy within you is going to be joy today and joy tomorrow and joy the next day, the next month, and whatever. Where happiness may not be there every day, but I'm so joyful that I've had the life I've had, that I'm still here, I'm still alive. I love my church, the people in it. I love the poker games we play with people. And here we used to, before everybody passed away or moved, we used to have domino games here all the time.
Oh.
And just that was joyful. Mm-hmm. It was happy, but it was joyful to have all of the companionship and the friendships. And I've always said to have friends, you got to be a friend.
Yeah.
And I've always seemed like I've been lucky enough to make friends, and Ricky and I both. We had a lot of friends in Florida and came out here and made a lot more. So my joy just seems to be packed back in there, and it doesn't seem to move around. It just seemed like it's there.
Yeah, it sounds like an infinite resource for you.
I think so. Yeah.
Always available.
Yep. Yep.
So, are there places or spaces in your life that evoke joy for you? Like when you walk in or when you're around them, you just feel it.
Well, it was great joy when my kids were born. That was a very joyful time. And most of the time, there's still a great joy.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, I look back at all of the mistakes, the crazy things I did, and all the good Lord had to be looking out for me. I see so many things that happened in my life that God had to be behind it. Had to be for things to happen like that. One thing happened, well, maybe one door closed, here came another door open or another opportunity. So I have got my share of blessings, and maybe somebody else's. I've got so many. Yeah.
Do you feel like part of the reason your life is so full of joy is your outlook, the way you see things, and your ability to have gratitude even for the difficult times?
Yeah, I think so. In 93, when you're still on your feet, and you're still driving, and you're still enjoying things, glad to get up every morning and all.
Yeah.
There's got to be some joy there somewhere.
I know. Yeah, that feels true. I mean, I think that's what I can feel when I'm around you. It's just this spirit that you have.
The joy of living and still being here. Yeah. Still be a contributor. Yeah.
Well, and that sort of leads me to a question that I didn't share with you earlier, but I am curious about, were there any people in your life who modeled or taught you about joy, helped you understand what it was?
Mother had a brother. She had 5 brothers, but she had one that was, I guess, my favorite uncle. And great Christian man. And he lived with us for a while in his latter years. But in his early years, I thought, boy, if any guy was living the good life and sharing, it was him. And I think he taught me a lot in that. He lived to 97, and
Wow.
he had that joy with him all the time, and maybe a little of it rubbed off.
Maybe. Wow.
And then I had a pastor who became my best friend, and he always said he was an alcoholic, and I don't think he'd had a drink in 14, 15 years when I got with him. And he taught me a lot about life, I think, about living, joy. And I'd gone through a divorce, and after 17 years, and I still remember walking out the door, 3 crying kids in the doorway. And that was 55, 56 years ago. And he helped me through that, and reminded me of all the things I had to be thankful for, all the joy that could be mine. And then, of course, 2-3 years later, when I married Ricky, I really found out what that joy on earth is. The other joy, of course, is the joy of knowing where I'm going, and I don't know when. We only have today, but and being able to see my parents again, hopefully, and my sisters, but mainly Jesus and Ricky. And I'm trying to put him first, but it's a real push.
I'm sure he'll understand. He probably feels the same way. Bob, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
It was really beautiful. So I'm going to skip to something a little different. Have you ever found joy while you experience something difficult, some grief or pain? Have you ever experienced that emotion simultaneously or around an event that was difficult for you?
Maybe when I lost my mother at 94, and I had
You have some longevity in your life.
Yeah, I'm going to live a while, maybe. I don't know. I don't buy any green bananas, though, but it's... now I forgot where I was.
Oh, no, when your mother passed.
Oh, yes, thank you. Yeah, I was... I won't say I was unhappy or disappointed. I was pleased that she went on 94. She'd been ready to go for 2 years, and there wasn't anything here for her. But I had the joy of knowing her love all those years. And she was my rock. So I still have that joy, and how thankful I was to have both my parents. And both of them are a joy still to me. Yeah. Joy to have had them put up with all my crap and whatever. But it's... I even get a little emotional about it.
Yeah.
I'm blessed. Yep.
It's amazing how that love never ends.
Yeah.
You know, the love they feel for you and how it makes you feel. It's powerful.
I looked in the dictionary, and it seems to me like happiness and joy seem almost interchangeable in there. And I was reading my Bible a little. I'm not a Bible thumper. But I thought there was something there that I got to have my glasses. I use them for reading, seeing, and fighting.
Well,
so
this is incredibly small
reading,
print. We can move this back.
No, that's okay. Thank you. Says they're talking about the verse 15:11 in John, and it's there somewhere.
Take your time.
I have told you this so that you will be filled with my joy. Yes, your joy will overflow. That's Jesus talking. And in the comments, they say, when things are going well, we feel elated. When hardships come, we sink into depression. But true joy transcends the rolling waves of circumstance. Joy comes from a consistent relationship with Jesus Christ. When our lives are intertwined with His, He will help us walk through adversity without sinking into debilitating lows, and manage prosperity without moving into deceptive high. The joy of living with Jesus Christ will keep us level-headed no matter how high or low our circumstances. That's kind of, I think, says it in a nutshell for me.
It sure does. That's so well said about how it's so grounding, and not. It's not
the
about
highs and lows.
Yeah.
I can feel bad about something, but I can always reach back and look for all the great things, and that's what I've tried to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like the alcoholics prayer there. Try to change the things I can. I try to take care of the little things and let God work the big things. Works out pretty good.
Yes, I would say so. So you really have summed this up in a beautiful way, but I'd like to hear more if you have anything to add. What role do you think authenticity has in experiencing joy? Because one of the first things you said was, I know who I am.
Yeah.
And I suspect there's a reason you're able to experience so much joy because of that. And I'm curious if you could say more about that.
Well, I am who I am. I don't try to be anybody else. It's just me, warts and all. And they either like it or they don't. And I'm not trying to change who I am to make somebody pleased or whatever. I just feel that all I have is me, and they can either accept what I got or not. So I've been real comfortable with that. Was
that true your whole life?
No, probably not. And I need to say I've done things that are not acceptable to me, but that's who I am. I'm human. I make mistakes, and I've got a whole boatload of them. But I've done some things good too. So I'm not bragging when I say I know who I am. It's either there, good or, take me, good, bad, whatever. That's who I am.
Yeah, it sounds like you accept all of it as part of like your story. And
I think so, hopefully. Yeah.
And I think that's so interesting because I wonder sometimes when we try to be something we're not, perhaps we spend a lot of energy on that false self, and it makes it more difficult to receive the joy that can come from the true self, from the experience. I'm just curious if that resonates with you.
I don't think I've ever tried to be something I'm not. I've tried some things and failed, but that was me. I didn't.
You're
try
magical.
To be something else. So
there aren't that many people like you. I think a lot of people.
Well, most of them are dead.
That's fair. But truly, like somebody you just know, I think that's astonishing, and something to celebrate. Like, who you are, and you look at your life in such an honest but also loving, grace-filled way.
Yeah. My life's full of grace. Yeah, really is. Yeah, it's wonderful to have the knowledge that Jesus says, well, I don't even know what happened. Forget it, whatever. And problem is I can't forget it.
Yeah.
All the times you regret things you've done. And I've said you can't live life in the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
You gotta see where you're going. And if you're constantly beating up on yourself for something you did or something you didn't do that you should have, why, you can be real busy.
Yeah, not living.
Yeah, and I try not to do that. It happens occasionally. I'll think, out of the blue, something happened 70, 80 years ago, whatever. And I think, why in the world did I do that? Or why didn't I do that? So that's me in a nutshell. Pretty hard nut.
Well, and so it sounds like so much of your joy comes from relationships, from people and sharing. Like you said, to have friends, you have to be a good friend. And your experience with Ricky and your experience with your poker friends and your friends in Florida. So I'm not sure what the question is necessarily, but I think there's something important to be said to people who feel lonely about the relationship between people and joy. And I'm curious if you have thoughts about that.
I feel very sorry for people that don't have any friends. They're missing out on the boat. I think you can have a lot of friends, but I think in life you probably only have a few. I could probably count them on maybe the fingers of one hand of extra special friends. And I've got one in Florida that, gosh, we've been friends for 65 years, fishing buddies and everything else. And he's real special to me. And then, my pastor is that friendship. It was just wonderful. And maybe I've had more opportunities to make friends than some people. Lonely people, maybe they don't have the opportunity to make friends that I had. I'm only talking from my life and my heart, and that certainly somebody in different circumstances, I'm sure, could feel real different.
So, finally, what is your perception of joy, of how joy is experienced in our culture today, or how it is not? As you've seen a lot of things, Bob.
Yeah, I have.
And a lot of changes. Have you noticed any change for good, for bad, or, or just an observation of how joy is talked about, experienced, or whatever in our culture now?
Yeah. I think, of course, I don't know this, but I think happiness is much more prevalent than joy. I think we want satisfaction or gratification now to make us happy now. And next week I may not be happy about something, and that may not be fair to the younger people now, but I get it's more it's for me or it's me deal. Of course, the country has changed from where it was when I grew up, when you knew your neighbors and things were completely different. Now it seems much more impersonal, and I don't know how much joy there really is in a lot of these people, but I see happiness and I see unhappiness, and it can be happy one week or they can be unhappy the next week. So I don't know whether that's a good answer for you or not.
Well, it's a great answer. I mean, I think part of the project is I feel that too. I feel like it's a really powerful antidote to some dark things, and we're not very good at knowing the difference between joy and happiness. And so pretend you are the ruler of the world, which would be fascinating. I would pay for that. I'd pay so much money to see that, Bob.
I am too thin-skinned to be a politics.
Me too. But let's pretend, not a politician, but the ruler of the world.
I'm the Solomon.
Yes, you got it. So if there was something you could ask or require people to do to cultivate joy that would help with the things you're describing, like loneliness or, darkness, or not, lack of authenticity, whatever, what would it be?
I believe communication is the beginning of understanding. And if I could just get people to listen to each other, I think that could change the world. I really do. If people really took the time when I'm talking or in conversation, usually I'm not paying enough attention to what somebody else is saying because I'm trying to remember what I want to say when they get through. So it's a pretty simple thing, but it's I don't have any idea it will ever happen. But I see our country so divided. And when I guess I was 9 years old when World War II started, and I lived in a country that was all for one, all together. We pulled together. I go on and on about the things that happened, but it was wonderful. And I thought that's the way it was and it should be, but not anymore. And I respect everybody's right to say what they think, but I don't have to believe it.
Yeah.
But I need to respect their right to say it. And there ought to be some caveats on that. I don't think they should be allowed to say certain things. And it's just not right, I think, to be, I'm going to kill so-and-so or I'm going to what. But if they want to express their opinion, why, I think, everybody has opinions. And I think if we'd listen to other people, we probably could learn something. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the distinction you're making between just saying opinions and listening and talking. Those are different things.
Yeah.
So I think I'd love for you to be the ruler for a day. It sounds interesting. Sounds like a bunch of talking. Sounds like a poker game.
That's the reason we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, I guess.
That's a good quote.
So we can listen. So,
yeah, that's right. Is there anything you do actively? I think I already know the answer, but is there anything you do every day to cultivate joy?
Get up and get out of bed.
There you go. That's easy.
So happy to be able to do that. And it's in my younger days, I never thought about getting old. And never, when I guess I was 82 maybe before I figured out I wasn't bulletproof. Thought I was
That's awesome, 82.
Yeah, I was 82, and that's when I had my open heart surgery. And I began to realize that, hey, you're becoming an old man. And I am like that at all, but I am. I know that. It's I have to give a lot of concessions for things that I used to could do, and I can't do anymore. And I've tried to be open to asking people to help me with it or doing something. And I'm blessed to be here right now, and I wouldn't be if my son Tom wasn't here to help me with things, because it's, we got 3 acres here and things need to be taken care of in the house, whatever. And I can't do them all anymore. So I'm blessed that he's here.
No kidding.
Yep.
I remember one thing you told me a while ago, which was, if you can do it, you're going to.
Yeah.
Because you need to do things.
I told my son, he's constantly trying to, Dad, let me do that. And I said, no, son, if I can do it, I want to do it, because there'll be a day when I can't do it.
Yeah.
And I need to have my own good feelings about myself.
Yeah.
I guess that I can still do some things.
Yeah.
I'm still able. Right. And, it's that macho man deal. And
maybe, but also your agency in your life.
Well, could be, yeah.
Or the macho man in you, I know.
I once thought I was a pretty good man, but physically, but ain't much there anymore.
Oh, man. You're wrong about that.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say about joy or this conversation?
I don't.
Anything else you
think so?
Any speeches written on there for me?
No, I don't think so. I think you've covered. I think we covered a lot of them you had on here. Some of them we didn't, but
if there's anything where you're like, wait a second, I must say this thing. Go for it.
Nope. I think I've said too much.
Not even close.
Told you more than I know.
Oh, Bob, thank you.
You're welcome. I hope this helps some. If it's anything I know, it's that I don't know, and I don't have a lot of answers to some things, and I don't even know what the questions are with some of them. But no, it's always great to have you and Mike around and chat with you, and I hope a little time we've had here has helped you.
Oh, I can tell you it has, because I feel so much love right now. That's the thing about this. When you talk about this, I feel it too. And that is maybe an unfair gift that I'm receiving, but I'm so grateful for it. That's what this is all about, is just whatever you're saying. It's not just your life. It translates to me. Yeah. And I'm hoping, to anyone who might watch this will feel that infinite resource that you tap into.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. I have to tell you that you and Mike are much loved.
Oh, thank you.
Don't you? You got a boatload of it around you, and we love what you do for us, and
thank you.
Love your enthusiasm and and love seeing Mike getting back on his feet and feeling good again.
Yeah.
Love to see your kids growing up and what they're doing. It's there's a lot of love in the world.
It's a lot of love. There's a lot more than a lot of people think.
Yep.
We're really blessed too.
Yep.
But thank you for loving on me, and thank you for being here.
You're pretty easy to love.
Thank you. You are too, sir.
Oh, thank you.
You're the best.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bob is 93 and he knows it. In his words, he doesn't buy any green bananas. He's the first 93-year-old friend I've ever had, and man, do I count myself lucky to be in such great company. His longevity and his joy seem to be built on a simple foundation: friendship, humor, authenticity, and spirituality. You can totally hear how important Bob's marriage, family, and friendships have been to him. And when he thinks about the people in his life who have loved him, he's struck with an instant emotional connection to the heart of that relationship. So, how did he create these deep and meaningful relationships? Simple, he says. To have friends, you've got to be a friend. And he is clear about the importance of listening, which is not the same as sharing opinions. Again, in Bob's beautiful words, that's the reason we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can listen. I think another important key to Bob's joy is his self-love, his self-acceptance. He's looked back on his life with an honest eye. I can totally feel that. He accepts all parts of his story. And I think this is why I'm so drawn to him as a friend. There is something so powerful, so palpable, when you find yourself in the company of someone who is deeply honest and non-judgmental. Bob said several times that his joy is the ability to get out of bed in the morning. And now I'm asking myself, how often do I feel that way? How could my perspective on my life shift to something so beautiful and so simple? For Bob, I think it's his foundation, his daily practice of living that rewards him with that outlook. Thank you, Bob, for sitting with me and being such a beautiful, true teacher. Hey, hope you enjoyed today's discussion. I ask each guest to share a song that brings them joy. See the show notes below for a song from today's guest. For more music, you can also find a link to the Joyful Forklift Spotify playlist. Help us continue to spread joy by subscribing to or following the channel. To sign up for our newsletter and to learn more about us, visit joyfulforklift.com.